The next speaker is David Capaldi from Cheney School. No, it's not going to be David Capaldi from Cheney School. We'll move straight through to Alastair Arnott. Alastair, while you're finding your presentation, that's fine. Alastair trained in secondary drama and music in University of Birmingham, then taught there for 7 years before moving to take up subject leader's position in Tower Hamlets, London. He is an MSc in Applied Positive Psychology and is currently a lecturer in Education Studies at the University of Wolverhampton School of Education Futures. His writing is in Positive Psychology at Work, published by Wiley, and is the author of his own book, Positive Failure, and the Cambridge Academic Publishers.
Okay, I go. Right, okay, hello, I'm Alastair Arnott. I'm going to start with a question, okay? Is it possible for a child to go through our entire education system and never fail? Like, not little misdemeanors, but like proper failure. So little Johnny, you know, he's in primary school, he's in sports day, and he comes 74, but it's alright, he still gets a gold star, it's fab. Johnny didn't cross the starting line, but hey, that's okay, that's alright, it's fine, don't worry about it. And they move on, have the SATs test, they come to school, you know, they might have done great, they might have done rubbish, it's still all good, the case is still not a fail, they still technically succeeded, they're going to get a level at Key Stage 3, it might be a good level, might be a bad level, but it's certainly not a fail. Then they get to GCSE and they get a D. It's alright, don't worry, it's not a fail. No, you didn't fail, it's fine, no worries. Then we send them up to college, we send them up to university, and then, bang! They hit straight into real life, and maybe we've kind of created a culture where we've got so much mandatory success and we're kind of modelling that the only way is to be perfect and to get it right, when actually it should be perhaps all about getting it wrong. And this guy's Edward Jenner, the smallpox guy, who kind of like the father of kind of immunisation. And the theory of positive failure is failure after an appropriate investment that leads to further learning. So it's a bit like a kind of psychological immunisation from failure. This is opposed to negative failure, and negative failure is failure which demotivates after an inappropriate investment, and that kind of shuts people down. That's kind of failure that like kids sometimes even predict in the community class and go, oh, so it's rubbish. So I haven't seen it yet, what's wrong with you? Do you know what I mean? It's going to be great. No, that's rubbish, that's rubbish. Oh, okay then, alright. And there's three conditions that this needs to kind of to happen, to just happen. One is, I know Mike's later on talk about growth mindset. The preconditions of positive failure are embracing vulnerability, embracing imperfection, and having a growth mindset. For negative failure, it's arguably being obsessed with perfection, not recognising that kids and us are vulnerable, and having a fixed mindset. So you need defences for when you do make a mistake, because you don't want to look like stupid and silly and all the rest of it. Here's my school set. Arguably, there's quite a lot of school sets out there. It's all in there. SEM policy, EL policy, behaviour policy, it's all there. Because schools are running on extrinsic motivation, and it's working very well. We're coming up with a lot of grades, and we're looking after a lot of wonderful kids, and there's wonderful people there. And if they do really well, we give them a gold star, or we pay them in vivo miles, which is currently kind of happening, or we exclude them if they don't do what we say, or we put them in detention, and so on and so forth. Now, really great teachers, as of course you all are, foster that intrinsic motivation, where the kids won't go home and they're making their cake until 7 o'clock at night, and they're rehearsing their play, or doing whatever they've got to do. The problem we have is, we say to them extrinsic motivation is how the world works, do we really give them the space to fail? Now, extending that, this is emotional energy quadrants. Just have a look and ask yourself how much time you spend in which particular quadrant. Then ask yourself how much time you spent in which quadrants 5 years ago, and then ask yourself how much time you would like to spend in maybe 5 or 10 years. Now, we know all the kind of benefits of positive emotions and all that kind of stuff, and that negative stuff leads to poor health and all the rest of it. Do you allow yourself the space to fail? Why, if our kids aren't allowed to fail, why is that? Well, it's because we're not allowed to fail as teachers. Why are we not allowed to fail? Because head teachers aren't allowed to fail. Why are head teachers not allowed to fail? Because the powers come from the local to the central, and we're existing in this toxic climate without failure. So this mandatory success extends to us and our lesson observations and everything else. When I say come knocking, it isn't about getting it wrong, even though now even that is kind of getting it wrong, because they want us to get it wrong in public, in front of people, but still not, and so on and so forth. It's just education, it seems to me, because everyone else seems to be at this failure thing like rabbits. Google, Lego, this is the Neo-Nurture incubator, which is an incubator made out of Toyota car parts. It's designed to fail, it's designed to break. It's one of the 50 best inventions of the year. And this came from spending £40,000 and sending all these amazing incubators off, and this is made out of car parts, so they can all fix it. And that's about it. Thank you very much.